Hello, everyone, and welcome in episode 53 now of the Illiana Stock Car Radio podcast.
Yeah, right. We're full on Boris Yurkovic now.
Yeah, we're getting there, man. Got a great show coming up for everybody this evening. Obviously, we'll keep you up to date on all the latest local Chicagoland racing action. Also, coming up in just a little bit, James Dimmitt from Dimmitt Race Videos will be here to talk with us, so stay tuned. Yeah, I'm not sure why that looks so bad on our end all the time, Chris. I really don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea. And then you came back muted. Eventually, we're gonna get this figured out.
Yeah, it's good technology. You gotta love it. New stuff, new bits and pieces and toys to play with and everything else. But nonetheless, we're here, episode 53. We're getting there, like you said. Full on Boris Yurkovic now, man.
Yeah, or we got a trailer full.
Yeah, something like that. But another week.
Depending on where you get your 53 from.
That's true. Another week in the books. How's it going, Chris?
Oh, it's going. It's about to go like right off the rails. Got 2 opening nights this weekend, and South Bend with their, I believe, third event. So yeah, we went from sitting around doing nothing to smack in the middle of the season.
Yeah, now you want to be able to sit around and do nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, I missed the stimulus check and Tiger King part of quarantine. This is crazy.
I don't know. I think I prefer the actually being able to get out and do stuff section, but to each their own, I suppose.
I definitely don't mind that, but man, we went from like 0 to 100 overnight.
Yeah, very, very quickly.
We got to call Moorhead out. Moorhead is here live before we're done. Today.
Yeah, I hadn't even opened the comments up yet, but there he is, Mr. Moorhead, repping the MoFast Speed Shop. I paid a visit to MoFast Speed Shop this past weekend. Talked to Jason.
Did you bring him water?
No, but I think today, I heard on the radio today is National Hydration Day. So only appropriate that right. Moorhead is here on time on National Hydration Day, our hydration specialist. So good stuff there. Well, you talked a minute ago about being super busy with all the opening days and stuff going on here with Grundy getting ready to kick off this Friday, and obviously South Bend cranking up here. Bringing our guest this evening here, James Dimmitt, Dimmitt Race Videos. He's just as busy as you are, probably. Yeah. Even probably right now as we speak, getting videos uploaded and everything. So James Dimmitt will be our local racing spotlight tonight, presented by S4 Motorsports Marketing. You can find S4 Motorsports on Facebook and Instagram. See how they can get your small business message out front with on and off track motorsports marketing. Let's bring him in. James, welcome to the show.
Thanks, guys. Good to be here.
Well, it's your maiden voyage. We'll try not to be too terribly difficult on you.
Thank you.
Well, how's things going? How's things been? How'd you do getting through all the pandemic stuff?
Pretty decently. The one strange thing is having to remember to put on a mask before I go into any store or pick up food from a restaurant. That's been the one thing that's been a little weird. And then dealing with people, behind these plexiglass windows and, things like that. I mean, I get it, but it's just a new sense of existing, I guess.
Yeah, I know after, a couple months, I was actually able to go to the grocery store and that stuff. It was kind of like, it was weird easing back into like social life.
Right.
So, I'll be honest, I'm a little bit nervous to do it this weekend at Grundy to kind of get back into that setting. It's a little bit at a time,
Exactly. And it's going to be a little bit different because from what I understand, the concessions are going to be outside of the midway. So that'll be kind of a different thing for people.
Yeah, definitely some adjustment, but we get to go back to the racetrack, and that's something all of us want to do is get back and keeping this normal. I guess let's kind of start from the beginning and at the top. How did you initially become a fan of local short track racing, James?
I grew up in the south suburbs of Chicago, and Mom and Dad would take me and my brothers to Raceway Park in Blue Island. Wherever we lived, you could hear the cars warming up and racing throughout the evening. So we didn't go every weekend. We went a few times a season, and it was just, I fell in love with it right from the very beginning. I loved the sounds and the screeching of the tires and the sound of the engines. And as a kid, of course, I liked the crashes, but it's not such a good thing.
Right.
Yeah, that's where I kind of got it from. We'd go to Raceway Park, and to me, that was like you're right on top of the action. It was good to be there.
Right. Any one moment that you can kind of look back to and be like, "Yep, this is it. This is the hook, line, and sinker kind of moment."
No, but I think as I got closer, got older to actually like getting my own driver's license. Going to the racetrack, you're thinking like, oh, I can do this, no problem. Me and my buddies will put a car together, and I'll be out there racing as soon as I get my driver's license. Of course, that didn't happen, but it was kind of like maybe a dream or something to look forward to. And I don't know, it was just a nice, easy, inexpensive way to enjoy yourself and watch cars go fast.
Right. Have any drivers that you gravitated to back then?
Well, back then, my favorite driver at Raceway was number 77, Bud Kaler. He was a multi-year track champion, and he knew how to move other cars out of the way. And Raceway had the thing where the fastest cars would start at the back of the pack, and so to win, you really had to work your way through the rest of the traffic, which wasn't easy. And I kind of gravitated towards Bud Kaler. I also liked the 4U of Stosh Kuhlman. He had a very unique looking paint job and car. I have some Polish ancestry, so I like the idea of a fellow Pole being out there. Mm-hmm. And I always liked the Oldsmobiles that James Bond would drive. 007 car, mm-hmm. James Bond, Dan Collier, and those are probably my three favorites out at Raceway.
Right. So, what was it just mainly Raceway as a kid, or did you kind of go around to some of the other local tracks?
We did go to Santa Fe, which was a clay track, and I enjoyed that as well. The only thing I hated about Santa Fe was it seemed like it was the test center for mosquitoes or something like that. Because you had to have your mosquito spray, or you were just going to get bit up like anything. Santa Fe was neat because it was a different style of racing. I guess it kind of got me interested a little bit in dirt racing. I know there are guys, fans that'll say, well, I just want asphalt, or I just want dirt. I'm just like, I just want racing. So as long as I get good racing, I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, I find every now and then, I've taken in so much asphalt racing, it's nice to kind of go to the dirt track every now and then and just kind of get a little different palette, some different flavor of racing,
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, almost. So to present day, obviously everybody knows you as the guy behind Dimmitt race videos. You're out there at Grundy and South Bend, taking videos for everybody. How did that all come about? How'd you get into that? And what I want to know is, how'd you come up with the name Dimmitt for your video pages?
Okay, I'll tell you about the name first. So it's a nickname from high school. In high school, we had to take a foreign language, and for some strange reason, I decided to take French. And my French teacher had a policy where if you scored poorly on a test or a quiz that week, her punishment / encouragement would be that you had to water the houseplants that she had in her classroom. I unfortunately forgot to do that. And Monday morning, the bell rings for class to begin, and the first words out of her mouth were, "Damn it, Dimmitt, water my plants." So from that moment on, I was stuck with the nickname Damn It, Dimmitt. So when I got into the video thing and I decided to try and create a video channel, was like, okay, I got to come up with some kind of a name, Tires Go Round Racing, or something like that.
Right.
And it just kind of struck me like, oh, damn it, Dimmitt, it's got some alliteration, and so that's what I went with it. I asked a couple people, and they said it was kind of a funny name, so that's how that came up. As far as getting into the video aspect, it just kind of evolved. I didn't go to the track with the idea of taking video of the races. I became friends with Michelle Law, Jeff Law, out at Grundy County. Jeff was racing there on Friday nights. He and Michelle were both racing out at South Bend Motor Speedway on Saturday nights, and they said, you should come out to South Bend, check it out. We think you'll like it. So that's what I did. I went out there, and I liked it. It reminded me a lot of ways of Raceway Park. I was a fan sitting in the stands, and I just wanted to. I thought it'd be helpful if I used my phone, maybe took some video of Jeff and Michelle's races. They introduced me to David, Melissa Keys, Chris Kane, Joe Meglin, a whole bunch of other people, and so I started doing that for them back about 2016. The only problem was that my phone would run out of memory, so I would have to delete apps and then do the video and then load them up to Facebook and then delete the video and then put the apps back on. I thought, this is just crazy. So I thought, well, maybe I'll look at getting a video camera, something inexpensive, not anything too wild. So I did that, and then I started going into the pits and at Grundy, and so that's where I filmed from at Grundy is the pit stands there. And I just had more and more racers coming up to me asking me, hey, can you record my races for me and stuff like that. So I just, again, it got to a point, a level where I said, I'm just going to do everybody's and I'll just put them out there. And then a couple of weeks later, I went to Grundy with the same idea. But at Grundy, I started just doing the features. And then last year, I started doing the heats and the features. So it's just something that kind of evolved. I enjoy it.
Right. Now, I got to know this because I kind of experienced this from our end, from producing iRacing stuff and whatnot. Is it hard to, as a fan, is it hard while you're recording this and trying to stay professional, kind of keep your composure during some of the races?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I've always been a fan of racing. And when I first started doing the video recording, I had to remind myself that I couldn't yell out loud and, swear at another car that hit one of my cars or who I picked for the race, things like that. Occasionally I'll find myself, letting out a ooh, or oh, kind of thing, hold back. So I do have to do that. But then I get to relive the process when I do the editing of the video. So then I can scream and yell and whatnot.
Right. So talk about editing the video and kind of reliving it. Kind of talk about your schedule, your process for uploading the videos, editing, all that stuff. From doing it myself on some other projects and stuff, and even this one, I know it's a pretty intensive process. So,
yeah, it is. So like all of us, I have a regular day job. So Friday nights I go to Grundy, record the races there. Saturday I work half a day, and then from work I leave to go to South Bend, record the races there. So then Sunday is when I'm usually uploading the files from my camera to my computer, and then maybe Sunday night I can start editing. So I do have a Mac computer, and it comes with a program called iMovie. So I basically use that program to edit the races. But after you upload the files, then you have to piece them together. I add transitions, so there's not quick cuts or sharp cuts. I try to make it something that I would enjoy watching or I would enjoy seeing. Sometimes I take that a little bit too far. I started adding more and more graphics, and then I thought, wait a minute, I need to just kind of step back here, just kind of let the racing itself. And then with the amount of races, I've kind of decided that on the feature races is where I'll do more of the add-ons than the heat races. So that's where I'm kind of at right now. The other thing is, after I do that on my computer, then you have to upload it to YouTube. And you're kind of at the internet's mercy there. The connection can go down, all kinds of things. And then after it's uploaded to YouTube, then it gives me a link that I can share on Facebook. So it just kind of takes a while. And then the other thing is I have to go back to my YouTube channel and add like a playlist to the YouTube channel. So yeah, it does. It takes time.
Yep. Question from the audience here, Dan Janjanin, talking about time. How much time invested in an average week of filming does it take to make those great videos?
Oh, well, thank you. I usually get home from work about 5 o'clock. I have some dinner. I take the dog for a walk. So I'm usually on the computer editing videos from about 6 p.m. to about 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday. So yeah, again, it takes a while. Obviously, the less cautions there are, the better for me. And I know it's better for the drivers too. But yeah, it's a little time consuming. The way I look at it is, I grew up being a fan of racing, and so the racing community has given me a lot to enjoy. So even with the frustrations of when technical things don't work correctly, etc., it's kind of like my way of giving back to the racing community. So I've gotten a lot of compliments and people who've been very helpful to me in doing it. So as long as I continue to enjoy it, I'll continue to do it.
Right. Kind of leads me into my next question a little bit. And this one popped to me while I was prepping for the show earlier today. Just thumbing through Facebook and saw an article somebody had either shared or posted, or it was one of those sponsored deals. Said something, it's a technology survey kind of thing. So you remember less of an event if you photograph it or video it. And seeing as I've got a videographer and a photographer here, I want to get your guys' opinions on it. Because you go to the racetrack and, not like the typical fan, you're not looking just through your eyeballs, you're looking through a lens of a camera. Do you find it, at the end of the night, you're like, whoa, what happened? What did I watch? What did I see? Or, do you guys actually get the other way because you guys get to relive it twice, editing photos and videos?
Go ahead, Chris.
Okay, I'll go first. Yes. There's a lot of times I will finish a race and have absolutely no clue what happened in that race. But then maybe Stan needs to I don't know, put the 33 car in front of me more. So Saturday night at South Bend, we had a couple really, really bad accidents. All the drivers, I believe, were okay, but a lot of mangled sheet metal. I remember those fairly well. Thanks, Dan. And I get to kind of relive the night the next day when I'm going through the pictures and say, okay, yeah, I remember that happened. I remember that happened. I don't even remember that car being out there. So a lot of it's kind of a blur, but at the same time, going through the pictures, it helps me remember, I guess, what happened the night before. Because, I lots of times the people I work with joke that I'm getting old and I have the memory of a goldfish at this point. I can work on a lot of stuff at the same time, but don't ask me what I had for breakfast this morning or what art I was working on yesterday, because I have no clue.
Yeah, I feel the same way. When I do the videos, I kind of remember that there were things that happened, but I don't always remember the correct chronology that they happened in. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times, especially if there's been an accident or somebody hits somebody else, or, there's a spin out, people will ask me, did you get it? Did you get it? And I know that the photographers do that too, because I see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because they're all down there with their camera.
You'll have the little huddles. What'd you get? Huh? What'd you get?
Exactly. So a lot of times I don't know until I do get home and I look back at the video and I see that. But as far as, the remembering part of it, I remember someone said something about, it's kind of like, if you go to a NASA launch, a rocket launch, and you're there and you're taking pictures, you're not going to remember it the same way as you would if you just kind of enjoyed and lived in the experience. So, for example, like when I go to a track other than Grundy or South Bend, I don't take my video camera with. I go there and I enjoy the race as a fan, and it's just a nice way to do that. And again, it kind of brings me back to why I love the sport, why I enjoy it, because at heart, I'm really a fan.
Right. Yeah, I was just kind of curious your guys' take on that because even sometimes, sitting there myself, just as a crew guy, you're so invested into what you're doing, thrashing on a race car that sometimes by the time the night's over, you're like, well, what happened? So yeah, I was curious to get your guys' thought on that. James, you mentioned, going to some other tracks as just a fan. I think you got to Slinger for the first time this year, right?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Talk about that a little bit.
Oh, that was fun. I'd never been at Slinger, and of course, I've talked with Kim Kemperman, who shoots up there on Sunday nights a lot, and that's one of the main reasons why I haven't been able to go to Slingers because it's on Sunday night. But yeah, I went there a couple weeks ago, and it reminds me of Rockford because of the banking all around the track. Although Rockford isn't banked all the way around, I don't think, or is high all the way around. Very fast track. Kind of an interesting, it's like a bowl-shaped environment where you walk uphill to get into the venue, and then you walk downhill to get down to where you can walk back up to your seats in the stands. But, great sight lines, great racing. Just had a blast. And again, it just was fun to watch it as a fan,
Right. Any other tracks you're planning to go to now that things are kind of starting to open up as just a fan later this year?
Well, I will try to get to Kalamazoo for the Clash if they reschedule that, and I like going up to Kalamazoo Speedway. As far as other tracks, I'd like to I'd like to go to Dells Raceway. I'd like to go to Hawkeye Downs in Iowa, but part of the problem is if they race on Friday night or Saturday night, I'm kind of already committed to either Grundy or South Bend. So. There are some nights when Grundy cancels because of rain, and I'm able to go down to the Fairbury Speedway, Fairbury American Legion Speedway. That's a dirt track, very fast, very nice facility. And again, just have fun.
Right. Well, did something kind of new also a couple weeks back. In addition to going to Slinger, you live streamed South Bend's, I guess, unofficial opening night.
Yes.
Just a couple weeks ago, and talk about that. I mean, as people who live stream here on a weekly basis, we know the challenges that can bring. So just talk about that and how it all came together and how the night went.
Yeah, I got a message from Tony Eldridge, the promoter at South Bend. Hey, we're gonna race this Saturday night, but we're gonna do it without fans. One, are you available? And two, would you be interested in live streaming? So I have a hard time saying no to Tony because a lot of times his questions or his interests, align with helping kids out and things like that.
Right.
And I thought, wow, this would be something different for me to try, and had no idea what I was getting into. I believe that the camera I had on my computer had the capability of doing that. Once I started researching it on the computer, I found out that I needed to have a video capture card. Mm-hmm. And so I hopped on the computer and I, Googled it or Amazoned it, whatever you want to call it. And lo and behold, because of the COVID and because people are doing a lot of work from home and these Zoom meetings and things like that, the video capture cards were back ordered. So I was at a loss. I searched a couple pages. Everything was going to arrive like the week after I needed it. I reached out to you guys. I asked if you guys had it because I know that you do the live streaming. And you said that you didn't have what I needed, but Mr. Goodacre came to the rescue and he did a deeper search, I guess. And he said, hey, I found this and it can be shipped to you within a couple days. So I took a look at it, got it. And then I had to do some running around to get some cables, not so much for that piece, but for my computer. Macintosh computers, I don't know if you guys are familiar with them, but they love to change the input cords and everything on them, go from USB to USB-C to Lightning to micro to all this stuff. So you got to buy these little dongles and adapters and whatnots. And then the other thing I discovered was that, and you guys probably realize this too, is that sometimes you have to be careful in how you, in the steps you take in adding on equipment. Mm-hmm. You can't go backwards. You got to move. You got to go from A to B to C to D, not D to C to B to A, and that makes a difference. Then we get out to the track right before the races are ready to begin. the internet goes down at South Bend. So it's like, oh man, you know, all this planning and all this work trying to put it together. So then I did the backup, which was my iPhone, basically. Then we got the internet backup. And then throughout the night, I had some problems with I imagine it was the computer just not recognizing the camera. So occasionally the camera would go blank. I'd have to go back into the computer, select the camera, reopen, go live again. But all in all, I thought it went okay, you know, for what it was. I know there were a couple times when, you know, all of a sudden my face appeared on there. You know, people get scared. And, it was just me. You know, no problem. It wasn't spying on you or anything like that. But it was a different experience. If I had to do it again, at least now I have some knowledge of how to do it, and you know, I might be more prepared to do it.
Right. Yeah. I guess that's the next question. Any thoughts of doing it again in the future?
Not really. I'm, you know, for racing, I never want a live broadcast or a video to take away from the idea of the fans going there and experiencing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we were talking about before with taking a photo or taking a video. You know, it's a much different experience being at the track and being there live and in person than just watching a video or looking at pictures, which I do quite a bit of when I'm not working on video. And, you know, I never want that to happen. I was happy to do it in this case because the fans weren't allowed in the stands. And this way, at least they got to see racing. And, you know, I think we got up to a little bit over 500 viewers at one point. So that was pretty cool. But plans to do any more of it, only if it was really necessary.
Right.
And helpful to the track.
Sure. Talked about wanting folks to be at the track and experience the track. Well, we all finally get to be at the Grundy County Speedway this Friday night.
Yes.
I think we're all looking forward to that. Anything you're in particular, maybe you're looking forward to getting out there and seeing this season?
Well, you know, they did quite a bit of work on the track, kind of gave it a little bit of a facelift on the outside. Have some new lighting, which I'm excited to see because, as Chris knows, there are some dark areas. You know,
just a couple
of spots where you're like, oh, why does it always have to happen over there? You know, where you can't see it. This new lighting is supposed to be spectacular, so I'm going to bring my sunglasses just in case. But I'm looking forward to that. I'm just looking forward to, you know, Grundy's lost almost 2-3 months of racing with this, you know, shutdown kind of thing, or this shelter in place. So I know they're excited for the fans to get back to the track. I know, excuse me, I know the fans are excited to be getting back there to the track. And, you know, I just hope that everybody will keep in mind that, yeah, you know, it's going to be a little bit different experience for all of us. Let's just be patient with one another, and let's just, you know, enjoy the night of races. And, you know, to start off the season with a 50 lapper for the late models, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Kind of build up to that, you know?
Yeah, I think everybody's got a lot of pent up just need to go racing. So I think the extra laps will probably be a good thing.
Absolutely.
Let's hope fast. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And not a lot of cautions, right? We don't want a lot of video editing, right?
No, please.
Yeah, and it'll also be bad for these guys to tear up their cars first night out. But
we're not on iRacing anymore.
Yeah.
You don't just push a button and your car is magically back together.
Yep. So, James, we introduced this segment last week with Rich. It's our 3 stupid questions segment. And we've come to that point in the show if you're willing to play along with us.
Absolutely. I have stupid answers, so let's go for it.
All right. So the disclaimer to the peanut gallery out there is he has not seen these questions yet. Okay. I sent these guys the notes beforehand. You know what, Chris? We're going to have you play along too.
I kind of anticipated that. Yeah.
Yeah. So rather than you know, once we let James go, having you answer the questions, we're going to have you play along now, just because I can. I'm running the show.
Yeah, sure thing, boss.
So question number 1: if you could replace all of the grass in the world with something else, what would it be and why?
How about a nice green velour? You know, something fuzzy, kind of soft.
Maybe a slightly different species of grass.
I replace grass with more grass. Oh, all right. I'd go with AstroTurf. That's what I do.
That would be my second choice. Yeah,
wouldn't have to mow it. So,
unless you're part of the Brady Bunch.
Yeah,
it's true. Question number 2. The zombie apocalypse has begun. You have an SUV and a baseball bat. Where are you going first? Which, in fairness,
wait, is that a question or is that like an actual question?
We've kind of just had similar to this with the COVID stuff. We've all been quarantined. Yeah. So it's very similar, but.
Wow, that's a tough one. I don't know. I was thinking maybe I'll go to a baseball field and see if they want to play a game of baseball and just kind of, be friendly about it.
It's fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, which group of zombies are we talking about? We're talking about Walking Dead zombies, talking about Night of the Living Dead zombies, because there's a lot of, I guess.
I think you're getting into the weeds a little too far.
Yeah, which replaced the grass.
Right. Yeah. So you replace the grass with weeds.
I don't know. My local sporting goods store to get more baseball bats and other assorted equipment.
It's not a bad plan. Stock up. Not a bad plan. All right, and third and final one. This is really off the wall, but if a Smurf starts to choke, what color does it turn?
Blurple.
Wow. Let's see. Not, but I don't know. Orange.
It's fair. Fair. I was assume maybe they turn white.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really know. Thoughts to ponder on this Tuesday evening. Well, James, hopefully we didn't scare you off or run you off too bad here tonight.
No, not at
all. Well, typically we take the time right before we let our guests go to thank anybody that helps them out or gets them to the racetrack and whatnot. But I think we can turn the tides a little bit on you. And I want to say thank you for everything you do, not only for us here at the show as a supporter of our show, but for the entire racing community, getting the videos out there. I know myself, I don't get to the racetrack every week. So being able to watch back on what happens at Grundy and South Bend is always appreciated, especially when I'm preparing for this show. So everything you do for the racing community and for the show, we definitely want to say thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that. And one of the reasons I support you guys and what you do is because you keep people informed about the local short track racing around the Illinois, Indiana area. And I enjoy, tuning in and finding out what's happening at the other tracks. And I always enjoy your interviews with Tony and Steve. And then when you have, racers on like, Stan or Rich Bowl, whoever you might be able to get, so that's always fun to listen to. It gives you another insight or another side of the story, or another side to what's happening in racing.
Right. Well, like I said, James, we appreciate you taking some time out to talk to us tonight. And like I said, I know we're all looking forward to getting to Grundy, and hopefully we'll see you out at the racetrack here pretty soon.
I'll be there. I should be there. And thanks for having me on tonight, guys. It was a pleasure.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks.
All right. Bye. All right, and that was James Dimmitt from Dimmitt Race Videos. It's good insight. Get to talk to him for a little while. He's been a supporter of our show now for a couple years, so definitely appreciate everything he does for us in the racing community. So it's good to get to talk to him for a little bit.
Yeah, he's one of the guys that I really like talking to at the racetrack. I just never really get enough time because we as much as we love being at the racetrack, being around the racers, it's also kind of a job. We got work we got to get done.
Yeah, I know. And I'll tell you what, there are several folks getting some work done this past weekend. Let's take you into our weekly winners circle. Weekly winners circle is going to be brought to you by Dimmitt Race Videos. Dimmitt Race Videos provide quality racing videos from the Grundy County Speedway and the South Bend Motor Speedway. Watch all the videos on Dimmitt Race Videos YouTube page and follow along on their Facebook page for the latest news and information on their schedule and video postings. So let's start at the Plymouth Speedway this past Saturday for A feature winners for June 20th. Caleb Bolton in the 600 micros, Josh Length for the mini stocks, Austin Hubbard in the street stock division, Ryan Kripe or Crippy. I'm not sure. I probably butchered that, but either way, taking the UMP modified feature. And unfortunately, Mother Nature wins the street stock feature out there. Got excited there for a second because when I saw the results, It just had Sean Wilcher's name listed on top, and I figured our buddy Sean Wilcher took the win, but it was just a starting lineup. So I'm assuming they're probably going to make that up this week. So we'll get to that a little bit later. Let's head out to the South Bend Motor Speedway for their feature winners from this Saturday, June 20th. Kevin Sauer, the boss man, picking up the Outlaw Late Model feature win. Ronnie Maynard Jr. in the Sportsman Late Models. Mike Walls took the Street Stock A main. David Keys, front wheel drives. Mike Sanders in the Hornets, and Tyler Minix in the Mini Cup. One thing I did not see was I think the mini wedges ran. I did not see.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing electronic scoring for those yet.
Okay.
And I would have to refer to my pictures to see who won. I know Lisa and Aaron Hart's daughter won the juniors class. I believe her name is Sadie. Anybody from South Bend that knows, fill us in. And then can't remember who won the seniors.
Well, regardless.
I think Evan Verdine, but don't quote me.
All right. Well, regardless, congratulations to all the winners out this week. This past weekend. This next week, we're going to add 2 more tracks to that mix as the Grundy County Speedway and Shady Hill Speedways are going to fire up. So let's take a look at the local racing calendar. This Friday, the Grundy County Speedway opening night, late models, mid-am, street stocks, pure stocks. Fan attendance is going to be limited. So ticket reservations can be made by calling the Grundy County Fair office from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday, with today through Thursday. So if you want to attend, make sure you call the Grundy County Speedway offices. Your reservations, I think, will be held until 7 o'clock Friday night. If you don't come pick up your tickets, then it's going to be a first come, first serve on what's left. So be sure to do that as fireworks go off in the background around us. Rain date.
Does that mean we won?
Yeah, sure. Rain date, though, for this Friday night's Grundy County Speedway action will be Saturday, June 27th. So we're going to try, if we don't get it in Friday, we're going to try to get it in Saturday evening.
Yeah, I believe Grundy has taken the first several weeks of the season. That's their plan, is racing Friday. If it rains, racing Saturday. Which here's hoping for kind of a dry run here, because that's going to get really hard on me.
Other ways, you're going to have to figure out how to be in multiple places at the same time.
Yeah, I'm still working on that.
Yep. Also want to mark your calendars for Grundy County Speedway. As announced earlier this week that the ARCA Midwest Tour is going to start their season July 11th at the Grundy County Speedway. That's a Saturday evening for the Wayne Carter Classic. So be sure to check the ARCA Midwest Tour pages and the Grundy County page for more information on that and ticket availability as that comes out. Now, also this Friday, June 26th, Plymouth Speedway will be hosting the USAC Sprint Cars, 600 micros and 4 cylinders. So if that is your thing, be sure to check them out on Friday. And then on Saturday, they have their typical Saturday night show, UMP Modifieds, Thunderstocks, and Super Streets on tap. Also this Saturday, we said opening night for Shady Hill Speedway. Have your Modifieds, Pro Late Models, Bombers, 4-bangers, and iMods. And then another big show, Saturday, June 27th, South Bend Motor Speedway. Outlaw Late Models, Sportsman Late Models, Street Stocks, the front wheel drives, and the Hornets. They're going to be running special events. The Little Gambler, big money on the line for these guys. So big race on the line for these guys. Also, the MCR Dwarf cars will be there. I did see that they're going to be doing some rain out features as well from this past Saturday.
Yeah, I think after the A features, the rain started coming in, kind of ended our night, and then about 5 minutes after we called it, the rain stopped. So
that's about how it works. Yeah. 2020. Let's call it 2020.
There you go.
The race night this upcoming Saturday for the South Bend Motor Speedway will be in memory of longtime fan and sponsor out there, Rick Darling. So we will keep them in our thoughts as well as they pay tribute to him. So, like you said at the beginning and top of the show, Chris, it's like full throttle, full steam ahead, 0 to 100 quickly on the racing schedule. Yeah,
I kind of feel like we went from Monday morning, crap, what are we going to do for the podcast this week? Nothing's going on, to here we are. We got about half what happened last week, and and what's coming up this week.
Yeah, exactly. Which, I mean, it's a good thing to have. We got stuff to talk about, people people to inform. So that's always good. Plus, gives us options. More tracks racing, more people.
Yep.
More people getting things done, and more folks for us to talk to. So, kind of like I mentioned, looking forward to getting out of the Grundy County Speedway with the S4 Motorsports guys later this week. Like I said, it'll be a little bit different, kind of acclimating to kind of the new social, I guess, norm.
Yeah.
I hate the terms new and normal. I have to put them in there. But so definitely looking forward to that. Also want to thank, before we go this evening, our remaining supporters and sponsors, Good Acre Photography. I know, Chris, you're getting photos out there posted and everything.
We are, yeah.
Weekend, right?
As quick as we're ramping up with real racing, we're ramping up here. So, yeah, we've got this past weekend, Grundy County Speedway night practice, which unfortunately the rain kind of took the night part of that out. So we didn't really get to test the new lighting like the way we had wanted to, but those pictures are up. I just got South Bend's Saturday night event posted earlier today. So you can go to goodacrephotography.com/Grundy, goodacrephotography.com/South Bend to check those out. And Shady Hill, we are working on as we speak. Had some technology issues like we, always happens.
Always have.
Right? It got all the way through the download and it said nothing was downloaded. So I swore a little bit at my computer. I asked it politely to do it again and finally got everything loaded in. So those are getting worked on right now. And so those, hopefully, thinking probably Thursday night, Friday morning, upload on that at goodacrephotography.com/Shady Hill.
That's perfect timing, just in time to go do it all over again.
Yeah.
Also want to thank International Women's Motorsports Association, IWMANation.com, and find them on Facebook and Instagram. Keep up with everything that's going on over there. Left Turn Graphics and the Driving DJ and Driving DJ Network. So Bossman DJ out there. Hopefully we will see him at the racetrack this upcoming weekend. As far as us, here at Illiana Stock Car Radio, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We are dual streaming this now on our Facebook and YouTube pages. So if you have any family members or fellow race fans or team members or drivers that maybe don't have Facebook and they still want to watch the show, point them to the direction of our YouTube page. And if you're watching this and you haven't yet followed or liked our Facebook page, why not? You're already there. So just hit the little thumbs up button and you're all good. Go ahead and do that.
Ring the bell so you know when we're live.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we're pretty on schedule thus far.
So far, so good. Knock on wood.
Yeah, well, I think that has a lot to do with DJ not being fashionably late to these.
Well, it happens. But yeah, as far as that's it, I think, for tonight's show, Christopher.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's about it. Nothing I can think of. Just guess time to pull the garage door closed and get out of here.
All right. Well, with that being said, we are going to wrap up this evening. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Again, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all that good stuff. We look forward to hopefully seeing some of you at the racetrack this weekend. If not, hopefully see you guys right back here, same time, same place, next Tuesday night. So long.